pepper up my nose now.
Hi everyone, my name is Collette Mitrega. Welcome to my temporary Thermi kitchen. Tonight we are actually going to be making something that I have a staple, usually always in my freezer, that I absolutely love. Another great recipe for using whatever you have left over, and that's savoury muffins. Super easy to make, very expensive to buy, so again, saving money, eating well with the Thermomix.
I remember we went down to see our house a couple of Thursdays ago, and you bought a muffin from a takeaway place that was about $8 or $9, and you didn't think it was very good, did you?
No, I
didn't. And then the
didn't.
following week, you made some of these and took one of these down, and it was superb.
I know, homemade is best, or should I say Thermi-made is definitely best. So, once with muffins, if you have your base recipe for muffins, basically you can add in whatever you want. Now, when you're making muffins, there's 3 different elements to making them. So let's talk through those as we whip up some. Now, the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to pop into the Thermomix what we deem as our dry ingredients. So here I've got 300 grams of plain flour. That's going to go into the Thermomix. And I'm going to add into that my raising agents. You could, if you prefer, just use 300 grams of self-raising, but I only have plain. So, and that's by choice. What I've got in here is 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of bicarbonate, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So that's going to go in. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that these are combined. This is what's known as the first segment, that's the dry ingredients. So the way to combine them, and I love this feature of the Thermomix, never having to sift flour or sugar. Thermomix will do that for us. So I'm scrolling into our wonderful functions. I'm going into turbo, and I'm just going to do 1 second blasts.
So we've got lots of hellos from Adelaide, Tasmania, UK. It's always nice when people do say hello, and there's lots of people here saying hello. We've got Denise from Blackbutt. You tell us where you're from. It's always good to know where are people watching this video from.
Malta, Italy, so many from around the world. It is just wonderful. So I did 5 just 1 second blasts, and I know that my flour is beautifully lump free, and I also know the baking powder and bicarb has been really mixed in well. Now I'm just going to tip this out into the bowl here, to use that in a moment.
So we've got a couple of people from Perth, Albany in Western Australia,
In Perth.
Maroochydore, South Australia, keep them coming, New Zealand,
No, I have. Do you know?
Yarram, Cleveland,
Brisbane, Queensland.
Brizzy, someone from Brizzy, excellent. Central Coast, Blue Mountains.
I think Melbourne has actually overtaken my Queensland customer base. I've got more from Melbourne, which is interesting. All right, so dry ingredients done. Just to recap, 300 grams of plain flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So dry ingredients done. Now what I need to do is pop into the Thermomix my wet ingredients. Now my wet ingredients are 250 grams of milk. I love to use full cream, of course I do. You can use skim if you want to. And I am adding in about 60 grams sour cream today, sour cream or yogurt, because in order for that bicarb to activate, we need an acidic agent, and it also really makes them taste good. So either yogurt, sour cream, 60 grams, that's going in because it's wet and it's going into my wet ingredients.
Kent, Harvey Bay, a couple of people from the Gold Coast. You know, we're moving to the Gold Coast, folks. We're moving to Helensvale near Hope Island.
Which will be lovely eventually. 1 egg has gone in there. And I'm just, because this is a savoury muffin and we all know garlic is so good for us, I've actually just minced up a clove of garlic, and I'm popping that in there as well. And the last element of my wet ingredients is oil. Now we all know butter tastes so much nicer than oil, but the reason I choose to use a vegetable oil in my muffins is simply because the vegetable oil will actually make them last longer. So these muffins, if you keep them in the fridge, will last quite happily 3 or 4 days. They're going to be bouncy, springy and moist. If I use butter instead of the oil, they're not going to last as long.
Yeah, we got John Og Sigga from Iceland.
Oh my gosh.
I probably pronounced that terribly, but...
Someone from Iceland. Hi John, how lovely to have you on. Gosh, I think you're the first from Iceland. All right, so that's all the wet ingredients. Andrew, repeat what those wet ingredients were.
I'm concentrating on where all these people are coming from, and I've set the world on fire here.
All right, so just to recap, 250 grams of milk, either full cream or skim. We've got 1 egg. We've got 60 grams of vegetable oil, 60 grams of either yogurt or sour cream, and I want a nice generous helping of pepper.
I was going to say all that.
Was that? Of course you were.
Yeah.
All right. So pepper's gone in. Now I'm not adding salt because I know the ingredients I'm going to add are quite salt heavy, so I've chosen to not add salt in. So those are my wet ingredients, and I just need to combine these, and I reckon 7 seconds on speed 7 will be perfectly fine. So, dry ingredients, wet ingredients, all lovely and combined. All right, so now all I need to do is introduce the two together. Now the number one biggest mistake that people make with muffins is that they mix them too much. If you mix your muffins too much, you're going to get bullets. They're going to be hard and fairly unpleasant. We want them light and fluffy. Now I'm going to add in the dry ingredients to those wet ingredients, and I need to mix them, but I don't want to mix them too much. So the way I'm going to do that, the way that I like to do that, is to take the lid off, and I'm going to go into the dough function in the Thermomix. And I'm not going to put a time in. I'm just going to keep an eye through the hole and decide when that is actually ready. So I'm just going to set it in motion.
So Kelly asked, she doesn't have sour cream or yogurt. Can she use normal cream?
What you want is something that is going to be acidic.
So the answer is no.
No, what you could do is you could actually introduce a bit more milk if you wanted, but put some vinegar or lemon juice in it, and that would actually work as well. You could do cream with a bit of lemon juice added to it.
We've got Dubbo, Mackay.
So, can you see there? That was only literally 2 turbo blasts. It's lumpy. That's great. That's exactly the texture I'm looking for. Now, what I'm now going to do is add in the third element. Remember the 3 areas? What were the first 2, Andrew?
Dry, wet.
Oh, very good. That's all we've done. The dry ingredients, the wet ingredients are now combined. The last bit is to add in what we term as our add-ins. And you can put into this savoury mix whatever you want, whatever you love. Now, I always, with my savoury muffins,
Cheese.
because Andrew loves cheese, I always add about anywhere from 150 to 200 grams of grated cheese.
Not enough.
This is our special cheese blend, which is?
A mixture of cheddar, aged cheddar, and Parmesan.
Yep, which we mix together. A ratio of 1 part Parmesan to 2 parts. To 3 parts cheddar, I think. So that's gone in. And then what I want to do is just give that a simple, hardly touching this at all, little mix. I choose to do this step by hand, simply because I do not want to overbeat. That's fine. Now, add-ins. What you want to work on is about 2 to 2.5 cups of add-ins. So you can use whatever you want. If you've got leftover roast veggies, they will be delicious. Think about chorizo, ham. You pop in the chat other things that would be amazing to put into these
Onion.
muffins. Onion must
Spring
always
onions.
go in.
Oh, is there onions there?
there must always be
Oh,
an
yeah.
onion
Okay.
element, I reckon, in savoury muffins. So I've just got spring onions.
Is that tomato you got?
Yeah, so I've gone Mediterranean tonight. So I've got some feta, which I love. That's why I didn't add the salt.
Salt, yeah.
I have got some roasted red peppers, some sun-dried tomatoes and some spring onions, and I've chopped up a handful of spinach.
I'm with you, Vicky. Bacon, definitely. Crispy
Now,
bacon,
If you're
yes.
putting bacon in, make sure you pre-cook your bacon. Of course, ham's already
Crispy bacon.
done. Yeah, bacon. But it won't stay crispy for long in the muffin, Andy. All right, so I've just combined my 2.5 cups of add-ins. So that is now going in. And all I need to do is to combine them.
Lauren says olives.
Yes, olives would classically go into this kind of a Mediterranean style muffin. But I'm not particularly fond of olives, and Andrew's not fond of olives.
Hate them, sorry.
I know, not good. So you don't want to do any more than about 6 of these turns. It really is light and just to combine them. So no more. It's tempting to get more and to go further. Just don't do it. All right, so that's all done.
Now, if you had your way, you'd put capers in this, wouldn't you?
Probably not actually.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Well, you wouldn't do it anyway because I hate them.
All right. Now, just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Any other flavours people have thought, Andrew?
Well, Melissa said that she subscribed to your YouTube channel,
Yes.
which was amazing how easy it was to find different entries that she'd missed on Facebook.
I am not very good at putting all my Facebook lives on YouTube. I'm trying to do that, if I remember. But that's an easy way to find them. Oh, look.
What are you looking
In my
for?
new kitchen, I've got drawers that have all the dividers, and
You've got so many drawers that you're only going to have one item in each drawer. No, that's not true. I've seen how many boxes you've got to empty.
All right. So all I need to do, so the other way that you can look back on my videos and lives is if you go into Facebook and look at the videos and then click on that, and then all the videos that I've done over the years will actually be in there as well. Okay, so I've got the faithful tins from the mix shop, the rose gold. We know if you haven't got these, you need new tins. Seriously, they're about the same price that you would get in any other shop. And all I've done is I've just put a little bit of butter in here, more for flavour, because I know they won't stick in here. So they've just literally put a little bit of butter on. And then all I'm going to do is to scoop out and drop in.
No, I don't cook much in this house, but I know these tins, we've had them before, they warp in the oven.
Not these ones.
These don't, no, these
No.
are all the trays you've got from the mix shop, they're solid.
Yeah. All right, so just basically popping these in, and then all I need to do once these are all there, I am going to pop these into a preheated oven, 180 degrees for about 25 minutes, and they are going to be amazing. I'm going to put a picture up for you on my page once they come out of the oven later on tonight. And the thing I love about these is that they freeze so well. So, you know, just open freeze them, pop them into a Ziploc bag, and then just enjoy them. What are you looking at, Andrew?
Well, looking at these, there's...
This one.
Yeah, it looks a bit anemic, that one. It's a bit sad. This one here has got all the ingredients. And this one here as well. And this one. And then this one.
I need to give it one more mix.
And that's the one I'm going to get.
So there you go. Is that all right?
Oh, okay, all right.
Bit of spinach.
I think that's what happens when you discipline yourself with only 5 stirs.
Yeah, no more than about 7 stirs, so I might do 2 more just to scrape that through a bit better. But that's it. That's how easy it is to make the most delicious muffins. So the base recipe are the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients. The add-ins, 2 to 2.5 cups. You choose whatever you have left over, whatever you want to have in your muffins. And great for school lunches. There was a comment on the Facebook page where someone was saying that she had visitors later on tonight and they were going, I think, to a hospital tomorrow morning, and she thought it would be great to make a batch of these up so they could take them with them. And I thought that was such a beautiful idea. Definitely a go-to if you've got people coming around. So there you go, my muffins. I will put the recipe card up for you so you can add that to your collection. That'll be on the page tomorrow. And that's it for now. So don't forget, if you're after a Thermomix, I'm a Thermomix consultant covering all of Australia. I'd love to help you. So please reach out if you have any questions or any specifics that you need help with. Bye for now.
Oh, there's nothing to try.
No.
Oh, so you didn't make any earlier that you're now going to bring out?
No.
And these are the ones I made earlier. And then, Andrew, would you like to try? Oh, no.
Andrew,
I go through all of this thinking I'm going to get something in return. No payoff with this one.
You will in about 25 minutes. You can have
Okay,
some.
all right. I don't want that one though.
I'll make that one extra special. I'll put extra garlic and extra cheese on it.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
put more cheese on it. That'd be good. Yeah.
All right, everybody. You have a beautiful evening. And
Oh, quick question here: is this your own recipe or Cookie Do?
Yeah, no, this is my own recipe again. I tend not to do do recipes, and it's not because they're not fabulous. They are fabulous. It's just that I want to try and teach people to use the Thermomix more, and I think that why teach you to do Cookie Do, because all you have to do is press buttons. So and I like my recipes better. Okay, that's it. Bye for now. Say goodbye, Andrew.
Bye bye, Andrew.